Now let us write an algorithm to find the biggest number in three given numbers. Algorithm to find biggest number in three given numbers. First of all, we have to accept those three numbers from the keyboard. So what are the numbers given to us? Those we have to accept from the keyboard. That I can write as input. Input A, that means the first number you accepted. Input B, second number you have accepted. Input C, third number also you have accepted. Now what I am doing is, I have to compare A, B, C and decide which one is the biggest one. Now first what I do, I will compare A and B. Suppose in A and B, A is bigger. Then I will compare A and C. Suppose in A and C, A is bigger. That means A is the biggest number. This logic I am writing. If A greater than B, then that means if A value is greater than B, then what I am doing is, I want to compare A again with C. Again, if A greater than C, then A is the biggest. So I am taking a new variable max and storing A into max. Max means this is a variable where I am storing the biggest value. Please observe this, please understand this logic. If A is A greater than B and also A greater than C, that means definitely A is the biggest number. So I am storing that into this max variable. I can write else here, else part here. So this else belongs to this if. Now please observe, A value greater than B, but A value is not greater than C, for example. That means this condition is false. Then you will come to this else part. That means A value is bigger than B, but C value is bigger than A. That means what? C is the biggest number. So into max I can store C. Please observe this. Here A value is bigger than B, but C is still bigger than A. That means C must be the biggest number. So I can write max is equal to C. So this is one combination we have done. Now I am writing one more else. See, this else belongs to this if. When this else part is executed, A greater than B is not true, then you will come to this else part. That means what? B greater than A. Suppose here B greater than A. So that means in A and B, B is biggest. Then you will come to else part. Then if B is bigger than C also, in A and B, B is biggest. Again B is bigger than C. Then you can say B is the biggest one. So I can write something like this. If B greater than C, then into max variable you will store B. Please observe this statement here. This else part, when you will come to this else part is when B is greater than A. That means A greater than B condition is false. Then you will come to this place. That means B is greater than A and also B is greater than C. That means B is the biggest one. Store that into max. Else means what? For example, here B is greater than A, But C is greater than B. That means this condition is false. You will come to this else part. So C is greater than B. Then you can say C is the biggest one. So then you store into max. C value you have to store into max. Now in the sixth step you display the biggest number which is in a max variable. Then stop. Let us analyze this algorithm. I am taking a value I am taking as 1 and B value I am taking as 2, C value I am taking as 3. Now with this we will analyze, with these values we will analyze this algorithm. A value 1, B value 2. So here see this fifth step in the algorithm. A value 1, B value 2. So 1 greater than 2. 1 greater than 2 is false. Because this condition is false, you will come to this else part. So you will come to this, see this A greater than B, 1 greater than 2 is false. So you will come to this else part. Now in the else part you are checking if B greater than C. Is this B greater than this C? No, B is 2, C is 3. So B greater than C is 2 greater than 3 is false. 2 greater than 3 is not correct. It is false. Then you will come to this else part. And what you are storing, what you are doing here is C value you are storing into max. That means this 3 is the biggest number among these 3. Among these 3 values, 3, that is C value, that is 3 is the biggest number. So that is correct. So in this manner, it is always advisable to analyze your algorithm with different values. Now what we do is we will convert this algorithm into a Python program. I am opening a Python guy IDLE. So this is an IDLE, integrated development environment, given by python.org people. Now here file, a new file. It will open a blank page where I can type my program. So here to find biggest of 3 given numbers. So this is our comment line. Comments are not executed. Now in the algorithm we are having the first step of start. This is not written in the program. And the next step, input A, this is what we have to write. That means A value I have to take. I am taking A value as integer. Input A is equal to. Now here what happens? This input function will be executed first. It will display A is equal to and wait for your input. Suppose you are typing some 1 or 2, some number, it will take that number as a string. Then that number is converted into integer format by this int function. Then that integer is returned into this A. So A will contain your integer number which you entered. Similarly, B is equal to int of input. B is equal to, you are asking for B. C is equal to int of input of C is equal to, you are asking for C value here. Please remember, for strings you can use single quotes or double quotes, no problem. Now in the algorithm, fifth step, we want to convert into Python code. If A greater than B, colon, in Python, after the condition, you have to put colon. So if A greater than B, then what we have to do? Again, I am checking if A greater than C, then into max variable store A value. Else into max variable store C value. So this is how I have converted this code into Python. And then here else, after else also you need colon. Here we have forgotten colon, put the colon here. Here you have to put colon. So after else also you need colon. Please remember this else belongs to this if, and this else belongs to this if. That means if this condition is false, then only you will come to this else part. Similarly, if this condition is false, then only you will come to this else part. That is the way you should understand. Else, if B greater than C, colon, into max I have to store B, else into max I have to store C value. And again here also after else you have to put colon. So please remember here 4 spaces you have to leave. Then this statement is considered as written inside this if condition part. That means this statement, this if else statement belongs to this condition. Similarly, when you leave here 4 spaces, this statement belongs to this else part. So like this you can understand, and then you come out of this if else and display the biggest number. So biggest is equal to comma max value you have to display, because in the max variable you stored the biggest number. Please remember this print statement is not inside this else. Why? Because I did not leave like this. I did not leave 4 spaces here. Suppose I left 4 spaces before the statement like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this print statement belongs to this else part. And after if else it will execute this print. But here print statement I am writing like this. That means it is outside of if else. It is an independent statement. After execution of this code, PVM or Python interpreter will come to this place and execute this statement. So our program is over. File, save. After writing the program you have to save. Then give some file name. X I am giving. And where I am saving that in the folder E. Then click on save. X.py already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes, I want to replace. Then run the program. Run module. It will ask you enter A. I am entering 1. And it is asking enter B value, that is 2. Enter C value, that is 3. So biggest is 3. Suppose once again I want to run the program. Run module. Enter A value. I am entering 10. Enter B value. Say I am entering 15. Enter C value. I am entering some 6. Now biggest is equal to 15. In this manner, this program works, and this program will catch the biggest number.